Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Imports Dragon Johnny Test Collection vehicle and figure. We already had a look at the Secret Agent car. That's what I just called it. I just decided to call it Secret Agent car. But now we're going to have a look at some sort of far out, man, race car. It kind of looks like a cross between the Tumbler that Bane had in Batman Dark Knight Rises. And it also kind of looks like, it kind of also looks like a Decepticon. Maybe like animated Megatron. Even though Megatron really didn't turn into a car, but still, you know what I'm talking about. You also get, for your consideration, a little Johnny Test racing figure. But any one of the figures from the Blind Bag series of Johnny Test figures can go in there. So that's kind of neat. On the back of the package, there's the other car right there. There's the other car that Spot had to look at. Kind of like a Secret Agent car, Secret Serviceman, Johnny Test right there. But you could take any one of the other Johnny Test figures that we've already discussed, and they can sit in these vehicles too. For everything other, for every other thing Johnny Test, you can also head over to the folks over at Imports Dragon at www.importsdragon.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Johnny Test figure and vehicle. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's more heading your way. Stay tuned. Spot would actually just love to call the title of this review Far Out Roadster. I might just actually do that. I don't know what the actual name is for these vehicles. They don't actually list the name of the vehicles on them, but that's a Far Out Roadster. Again, kind of looks like a cross between Bane's Tumbler and like Blitzwing or Megatron from animated Transformers Animated. It's neat looking. I really dig the look of this vehicle. By comparison, let's reach off camera. There's the other vehicle that we had a look at, the Roadster. Again, if you even want to consider a Roadster, is a little bit bigger than the Secret Agent vehicle. This is a little more acceptable by today's society standards. You could drive this around town. This is what you would consider street worthy. This would not be considered street worthy. This would be pulled over by the police. And the first thing they probably would say is, hey, that's a far out car. And then they would say, I don't know if that's street legal, sir. Get out of the car. It has one single engine, exhaust engine on the back there. Steering wheel in the front, some controls for perhaps more oil slicks, I don't know. And then there's an antenna on the top. The vehicle comes with this guy, little Johnny Test, with a helmet. The helmet, even though you can see his hair underneath it, the helmet is not removable. It's not. Don't try to pull it, you'll pull his head right off. I like the expression on his face. He knows that he has a hip roadster. He's looking over at the competition driving past him and he's like, hey, I know it. You think this is a far out roadster. And it really is. I put every ounce of my budget into making this far out. I don't even know if it's street worthy. It's not street legal, but it's far out. Johnny Test has a peg hole on the underside of his foot that you can take it and peg it into the roadster. And what I like to do is angle it just slightly. That allows him to brag a little bit more to the people driving by, but also what you can do is take another Johnny Test and you can put him next door. He could be maybe his bodyguard because he now knows he's going to be extremely famous and everybody is going to want to have his autograph. The only downside, as you already saw, he doesn't have another peg hole. There's no extra peg on the inside there. So the other Johnny Test kind of has to just sit really loose. Loosey-goosey right in the car there. What I do like, and as I mentioned with the other video when we had a look at this car right here, I like the fact that Imports Dragon are releasing vehicles for their Johnny Test figures. They're going above and beyond just simply giving us blind bag figures because the figures themselves are really neat, but I do dig these far out vehicles that they're also releasing as well. Even though technically it doesn't have a name, I didn't see a name anywhere on the packaging. I don't know. I don't know really at the time that I'm shooting this right now. My conscious thought, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. Maybe I'll call it the Far Out Roadster. I don't know. We'll know soon enough when the video goes online, and then you guys can say, hey, he did call it the Far Out Roadster. Attaboy, Spot. Way to make up names. Today's Toy Spot, way off course. Far out, though. Today we're having a look at the Johnny Test vehicle and figure. Stay tuned. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. Thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.